ARS, a series by Flowerfield Films. Story 1, Tea Time for Gordon, written by The Buried Track. Yes, Gordon, until the Fat Controller says otherwise. More trucks, replied the driver.
It's not fair, I've learnt my lesson,
Gordon bemoaned.
and besides, I helped little James on the hill the other day. Surely that counts for something.
Something doesn't atone for everything, retorted the driver.
But,
No buts, snapped the driver. Cleaning you made me late getting home last night. Barely slept a wink and missed my alarm. Couldn't even have my tea. Any further complaints and you'll be on the flying kick for a month. Gordon wisely subsided and clanked off to the station. A long line of trucks stood at the platform. As Gordon backed down onto the train, Percy puffed up. Be careful with this lot. I don't think their axle boxes have been oiled for a while. Driver disagrees, but...
Well, there you have it,
Gordon interrupted. Your driver clearly knows better, Percy. Now, I must pull trucks. Let me get on with it. With an indignant whistle, Gordon snorted out the station. Don't say I didn't warn you, smirked Percy. Gordon's mood didn't improve out on the main line. Can't even pull a fast goods, can I? He grumbled, whooshing and huffing. We can't help with that, laughed the trucks, and they bumped him hard.
Any more of that,
snapped Gordon, and you'll find out how express engines do with trucks. The trucks all giggled, except for one at the rear of the train. Ouch! It cried. Stop, stop, stop! No, you don't, scoffed Gordon. I won't fall further. There came a terrible screeching noise, accompanied by a shrill whistle. The fireman looked back. We need to stop. The guard's waving his red flag. Carefully, the train came to a halt. The crew ran back to the brake van. What happened? They asked. We've got a hot box. Look. The guard motioned to the pained truck. Sure enough, one of its axle boxes was glowing red. That's not all, sighed the fireman. Look where we've stopped. The last few trucks were fouling the level crossing, and cars were already lining up. Bother, Gordon laughed.
Now what will we do?
It was then that the driver noticed a nearby house. Just a minute, he smiled and ran to the front door. Moments later, he returned with a kettle full of tea. I know you missed it this morning, groaned Gordon, but now is not an appropriate tea time. It's not for me, laughed the driver. Watch. Without another word, he poured the contents of the kettle onto the hot axle box. The truck sighed with relief. In the queue of traffic stood Bertie Buss, who watched in bewilderment. Beep beep. Dear me, Gordon. Are you so worn down that you need to stop for a tea break?
Gordon's face turned bright red. Of all the solutions, he gritted, why did you choose this?
Learned it from an old signalman, said the driver proudly. Tea's just the ticket to remedy a hot axle box. You clever devil, chuckled the fireman. When we get to the junction, I'll treat you to all the tea you like. We need to get to the junction first, said Gordon, and not a word about this. Thomas will never let me hear the end of it. He's right, lads, said the guard. Let's be on our way before the traffic gets worse. They set off once more. The crew was as good as their word, and said nothing, but Gordon had reckoned without Bertie. Good gracious, Gordon, chuckled Thomas. First you smell of ditch water, and today it's what? English breakfast? No, Thomas, interrupted Bertie. You're wrong. Gordon's more of an Earl Grey engine. Both engine and bus roared with laughter. Gordon, the big engine, fumed away silently.